Jesus Christ. And I just looked at the weather. There's like, oh, we're getting a bad storm this week. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, please don't be. Please don't be another blizzard of 96, blizzard of 2026. We don't need that shit. We don't need that shit. We've been having mild winters. I like a little snowfall here and there. Couple, like maybe 5, 6 incher, 7, 8 incher, if you're feeling frisky. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's your girl, Amanda Yoa. Back from a chaotic, if I have the least words that I can describe my holiday season, chaotic break. But we're back in action, baby. We are back in action. Okay? So buckle up because we got a lot to catch up about. Okay? Grab some snacks, get your coffee, get your drink of choice, whatever the hell you want to get. Let me tell you. So quick, this is off the script, but not that I have a script, but I do have things that I come, I want to talk about this, and this. But it just reminded me because grabbing my coffee, I went to, if you saw on my Instagram, I went to a place. I went to my Wawa. There we go. I'm just going to put it out and jump. I went to Wawa because I wanted to try their chocolate caramel craze drink that they have. You can get it in a latte. You can get it in a hot chocolate. You can get it in a cold brew. I'm a cold brew girly. So if you saw my Instagram, you saw me promoting that. That shit was delicious. Let me tell you that experience very quickly before we get into everything else that we're going to get into today. So I go into the Wawa. I love that we're just jumping right into the mess. Right back where we started. I go into the Wawa near me. I won't disclose the location. And I was like, on the screen, you have to go over and order your drink. So I'm like, all right, let me get this caramel chocolate craze, whatever the hell it's called. It's not on the menu. Wasn't on the menu at this specific Wawa. So I asked for somebody's help because I thought, I want to order the drink. I can't find it. Where the hell is it? I really want to try this. I've been licking my lips at it for God knows how long. I've been seeing it being promoted. I'm here today and I'm getting it. So I go up to a woman who works at Wawa. Bless her heart. Wonderful woman. I'll preface this by saying that. Go up to her and ask her. I said, hon, trying to order this chocolate caramel. Now, mind you, she is putting the lid on a hot coffee that I believe that she's putting aside for a DoorDash pickup or what have you. So she's standing next to me. I go over to where you go to pick up your drinks when you order from Wawa. And I said, hon, I can't find, can you help me with something? She said, sure. What do you need help with? Meanwhile, she's still doing her thing. I'm telling her what I need help with. I said, I'm on the menu looking for this drink and I can't find it. As I'm explaining this to her, the girl spills the hot coffee towards me. It goes down my leg. It goes down my leg on my vest. Shout out to Chalkline Apparel, my Eagles vest. Okay. Do you know the self-control that it takes to not show your full emotion when you have hot coffee spilled down your leg? Because I gathered every ounce of self-control for my facial expression that I possibly could to finish my sentence of saying to her what I was there for. Okay. Now, mind you, that happened. Okay. If that was me, if I was said girl working at Wawa, knowing that I just spilled a piping hot coffee on somebody down their leg, which is like a sensitive part of your body, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about you, but for me, it is. I would be over the hills apologizing to that person. She just kept going about her business like she didn't do shit. Like I inconvenienced her. She went, can you help her with something? Now she's pointing at the other associate. Can you help her with something? Because I just spilled coffee everywhere. I'm like, everywhere, hon. You spilled it down my leg is where you spilled it. Like, what are we talking everywhere? Do you want me to pull my pants down? Because I probably got a 3rd-degree burn. Now, I didn't get a 3rd-degree burn. So, Wawa, if you're listening to this, no need to reach out. I'm fine. I'm fine. But if you didn't think I was going to call that situation out when I got the opportunity, honey buns, you were mistaken. So the other guy, this is what makes it even more funny. The other guy comes up to me. He didn't see what happened, but he's now here to help me with what I need. I say to him, yeah, I'm looking for a specific drink. Now, at this point, I'm grabbing napkins on my own to clean up my burn, my leg, my hot coffee. That's not my hot coffee because it wasn't my hot coffee, but the hot coffee that was spilt down my leg. Right. So I'm dabbing myself away and he's asking me what I need help with. And I was like, yeah, I need help getting this drink, but hold on 1 second because she just spilled coffee down my leg. Thinking, let me give this crew another, chance to redeem themselves and apologize to me for spilling hot coffee down my leg. He goes, oh, okay. What? Like, flabbergasted. I don't even know what else to say. So, Wawa at an undisclosed location, but if you know and remember that situation, you'll know who I am. Get your shit together, okay? But long story long, it was a delicious drink. So, shout out to Wawa. Shout out to Wawa for your caramel chocolate craze drink. Return customer. But we're back at it. Okay, shit talking and all. I had a long break. Listen, I know some of yous were upset. Some of yous didn't even know I had a podcast. I started putting it back out there. They're like, "You have a podcast?" I'm like, I've had a podcast for I don't know how long now. So I'm happy that those of you who are just discovering are going to be along for the ride because I enjoy. This is my passion. This is how I love showing up week after week to all of you. On top of my social media, if you're not following me on Instagram, what the hell are you doing? It's Amanda Yoa. But I love being able to come on here and talk to you week after week. Your girl's a talker. Sometimes I can't get in what I need to get in the 3-minute Instagram reel that I put out to you. Okay. So I love showing up on my podcast. So I'm so happy that so many more of you are downloading the past episodes, are now joining on the train. We're going to have ourselves a good old time. So let me let you know, I took a little break because I needed to get my shit together. We have our business that my husband and I run. My husband's also involved in the mummer. So the holidays, he's gone out of the house 3-4 times a week rehearsing, so it's a lot on me. And sometimes you got to remember that saying that's old as time, balance, or as I like to call it, balance is bullshit. There ain't no such thing as balance. Okay. So I thought to myself, I got to put a break on the show. So that's what I did. But we're back in action. I had a wonderful holiday break. The kids had a good time. I hope everyone had a great holiday, Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate. If you were home for the holidays with your family, I hope everything was enjoyable. I hope no fist fights broke out whatsoever. But if I'm talking to the audience that I think I'm talking to, I'm pretty sure a fist fight or two broke out. So I hope everyone still has their teeth this holiday season, this post-holiday, now that we're stepping into 2026. Okay. Hope everyone has their teeth. But it was a good time. It was nice. I enjoyed it. The holidays this year were, I don't know, like I felt less stressed than I normally did. And maybe that is because I took the time to, kind of put things aside and say, you know what, I got to put this on the back burner right now and focus on this. Cause I'm the type where I'm like, here, give me it. I'll do it. Give me it. Give me it. Give me it. I'll do it. I'll take it. It's me. Give it to me. Let me do, and on the same token, while I love doing that, while I thrive in chaos, I also simultaneously lose my ever loving mind in chaos. So it's a love-hate relationship that I have with it. So I was happy that I had the conscious mind to say, you know what, let's pump the brakes on this so we can focus on this. It was a less stressful holiday season. I had a good time. Okay. We had our usual ham. Well, I was going Thanksgiving too, so I did my turkey. I did my usual spatchcock in the turkey, gave it CPR on the table, all that jazz. Christmas was good. We had some ham. We had the potato salad. We did all the things, family went to my mom's for her normal Christmas Eve shindig that she has. The kids had a great time. You know what I love the most about the holidays? Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I'm a sucker for nostalgia. I love nostalgia. I love just if we could step into a time capsule, if I could step into a time machine and travel back in time just to have a taste, you know what I mean? Like that shit, I live for it. So me, my girlfriends and I had a Christmas party and I did like a nostalgic theme. And I loved being able to decorate for that. I decorated the table like, kind of how it was when we were growing up as kids, just gave it that little flair. And I put a picture of all of them. I went to all their moms behind their backs and I said, "Hey, can you give me a picture of your kid when they were like maybe, a young, like a kid when they still believed in Santa and they were opening their gifts on Christmas Day or just a Christmas photo or something." And I had pictures of them under the tree with the present that they really wanted from Santa sitting in front of their, where they were supposed to sit at the table. And it was just, I don't know, just being able to step back in time and remember, like, when you were growing up, when you were a kid during the holiday season. I think that's what brings the most joy. So if you're wondering if my Christmas tree is still up, yes, it is. And it will be up throughout my birthday, which, surprise, I'm 40, bitches. Yes. It was my 40th birthday, January 13th. Your girl turned 40. So we'll be talking about that later on. But shout out real quick before I turn the page to the holiday recap and all that. Shout out to Hanks. While we were on holiday break, we made some Christmas floats. I know I did a few videos about it, but one I did not get a chance to do, and I probably still will for those of you who follow me on Instagram. But it is my favorite. First off, you have to have my favorite flavor of Hank's root beer, which is they don't just do root beer, they do, like orange soda. They have a black cherry soda. That is my favorite go-to for Hank's. Now, I will take that bad boy and pair it with some chocolate ice cream. I'm not a root beer float type of gal. Root beer is not my favorite flavor. So and I love chocolate ice cream. So for me, a float is a black cherry soda with a chocolate ice cream. It tastes like a chocolate covered cherry. It is absolutely delicious. So if you have Hank's beverages in your neck of the woods, actually you can go online. The link will be in the description. Check them out. You can order it straight to your house. Okay. Tell them your girl Amanda sent you. But get yourself some Hank's root beer, some Hank's black cherry, and then do yourself a favor. Go to the store, get some chocolate ice cream, mix it all together, and have yourself a ball. But yeah, the holidays were great. Holidays were great. Right after the holidays is my birthday. Can't believe I'm 40. We'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, just stepping into the whole like nostalgia. And I think that's what, for me, that's what stands out the most about the holiday season. Just being able to be nostalgic. Being able to, like, remember when you were a kid and you didn't have one goddamn worry to worry about, right? For instance, 30 inches of snow. I just looked on social media and I saw that it is the 30th anniversary of the blizzard of 96. If you were in the Philadelphia tri-state area, I'm pretty sure all of that area got hit with this blizzard. It was bad. I didn't even realize until I looked back at pictures how bad that blizzard was. And the first thing that came to my mind was, thank God I was 10 years old and didn't give two shits about anything besides going out and playing in the snow. That shit was unbelievable. If you have not seen pictures, go on. You could do a quick search, Philly Blizzard of 96. You'll see how bad it was. I remember like the snow, my house growing up, we had like the sideways steps and the snow was like up to the door. Like I'm talking, if it wasn't shoveled, it probably, me at 10 years old, would have been up to my neck. Like no bullshit. People were snowed in. When I say snowed in, I mean snowed the hell in. There was nowhere, you couldn't go nowhere because there was nowhere to put the snow. It was insanity. I remember going out and playing in the snow, and we were building mounds of snow that were like so high that if you fell off of them, you probably would have broken your neck. And then we built igloos. We had like a whole town going, like a little shanty snow town outside along the curb. It was crazy. And then, the cars couldn't get down the street. I would say maybe like 4 or 5 days after the blizzard, people started to be able to get around town, you know, but it was still a mess. It was still an absolute mess because our street specifically, right in front of my house, there, whatever, like, because of the snow, every car got stuck, every truck got stuck. So it was nice too because like the neighbors came out and everybody helped everybody and everybody was being all neighborly instead of fist fighting each other and, you know, doing shit we normally do being from Philly. Everyone was like coming together as a community to help. So the trucks that were finally back on route to be able to supply things to the store were back on the routes. They would get stuck on our block. I remember we got free milk because our dads would go out there and help the truck like get out of the ditch that was like right in front of our house. We got free milk, we got free bread. I remember the Pepsi truck got stuck the one time. They were handing 2 liters of Pepsi off to people for helping. It was an absolute ball. Absolute ball. There was snow. I couldn't tell you how long we were off from school for a week. The whole week we were off from school. It was the best time ever. So shout out to the blizzard of 96, being 10 years old and not giving 2 shits about responsibility. I looked at that recently and I was like, I couldn't imagine being a grown ass adult and having to deal with that bullshit in the city, amongst anything. That would have been an absolute fucking disaster. Like, what do you do? I mean, I know the kids they're just living, like, I would literally be like, build an igloo and you can live out there if you want for the week. Like, I would say that wholeheartedly to my son. Like, you can just think about, you know, live how the people live in Alaska, you know, experience culture, my son, so that's what I would probably do. And I'm just send them outside. My daughter would want no parts. She wants no parts of cold and snow. She's very much like me. I could go down a hill. Like, it's fun, like we have a hill near us where we go. I'll go down once and I'm good. Once or twice experience it and then I'm good. I'm not one of them, like, I can be out for hours at a time. I see some of these parents who are just out at all hours of the time with their kids and I'm just like, the hell is wrong with you? I'm anemic, so I would probably pass away. For sure pass away. But even if I wasn't, just thinking of that, I'm like, what the hell's going on, But I can't imagine being a grown ass. Could you imagine? I mean, all of us who experienced Blizzard 96 as a kid, imagine the anxieties that our parents had to deal with of not being able to get to work, not making money. We didn't give a shit about that. That wasn't even on the forefront of our minds. Meanwhile, our parents are like, how the fuck are we paying the bills? I haven't been to work in a week. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I couldn't imagine. And us owning a business, the hell would we do? Jesus Christ. And I just looked at the weather. There's like, oh, we're getting a bad storm this week. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, please don't be. Please don't be another blizzard of 96, blizzard of 2026. We don't need that shit. We don't need that shit. We've been having mild winters. I like a little snowfall here and there. Couple, like maybe 5-6 incher, 7-8 incher, if you're feeling frisky. But that's good. Like, if I can shovel it and get out in the street, get what I need to get. If you're telling me I got to go out to the store to get my milk, my bread, and my eggs so I can make my French toast out of, convenience, so I'm not inconvenienced that I would have to go out in the snow and get it, that's one thing. If you're telling me that I got to go out and get my milk and my bread and my eggs because I might not be able to get out of the house and therefore I might not be able to eat for a couple days, you're sending me into full panic mode. Okay, so let's not do that shit. None of us want that for ourselves. None of us want that for ourselves. For you parents that are like, just give the kids some snow. They need to experience what we experience. No, they don't. No, they don't. Because now we're the adults. We're the adults. We're the ones that got to figure out how our asses are opening up our businesses, getting to work, traveling in this bullshit. We don't want that for ourselves, okay? I know you like to be, over the top moms and dads, but this is over the top bullshit. No, like we're not doing this. So we don't want a snow blizzard of 96. Just give us a good like 6, 7 incher and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about snow. Get your heads out of the gutter. Okay. The hell did you think I was talking about? Quick shout out. Thank you guys so much. I cannot keep my Pam shirts in stock. The minute I get them, they're flying off the shelves. I got to do bigger orders, I guess. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have supported me by ordering the Pam shirts. I'm going to have some more shirts out. I think we're going to do an Amanda brand this time with a little love you mean it. I thought they'd be cute. That'd be cute. That'd be sharp, hon. So we're going to have them out next. And then we'll probably go into another spring one for our Phillies because that's all we have to look forward to. So thank you. And shout out to Kolb Designs for hooking us up with those shirts. If those of you who are in the Philadelphia area, get your asses over to Bridesburg, Orthodox Street, Kolb Designs. They got all your sports needs. If you went to Catholic school in the Philadelphia area, you can rep your school brand. They got Little Flower, they got Hallahan, they got North Catholic, they got Roman, they got St. Hubert's. Okay, so go over there, get what you need, rep your brand, rep your school, rep your city, the best way you know how. Kolb Design, shout out. Also, shout out to the Fresh Works of Port Richmond. If you want the best wings, hoagies, cheesesteaks, sandwiches, whatever, in the Port Richmond area, Fishtown, Kensington, that whole area, get your ass over to the Fresh Works of Port Richmond. Okay, thank me later. What was I just about to say to you? Oh, speaking of sports. Now, I'm not going to harp on this because you're listening to this and it's a Friday. So I'm hoping and praying that our hearts have had some time to heal. But I'm recording this right now, a little inside scoop for you all. It's Monday after Sunday, after football Sunday, after the Eagles played the 49ers. Okay. I don't know. This is all I'm going to say. I was hoping I popped my eyeballs open today and people were going to be fired and off the team. But I haven't heard anything since yet. So I guess they're not, impulsive, drastic, dramatic decision makers like myself. But if you need that done, call me up. I'll get my girl Pam over there. She'll make it happen. Hell, I'll do it myself because the atrocity. Now I'm not well-versed. Listen, I can't sit here and throw stats at you and players. I know what I know. Okay. My football knowledge is limited. I will say that. But when I, as a female with a limited sports knowledge of football, can tell off the bat, okay, that they got our number. They got our number. Whatever we're throwing down on the offense, they're picking it up. They got it. So when you're constantly giving the ball to Barkley and those plays are not working, shake it up. Shake it up. If I'm saying that, and I've seen everybody's been saying that, and I said that sitting on the couch. I'm like, what are they doing? Then I'm watching, you watch all the sports shows, and somebody on a sports show said exactly what came out of my mouth sitting there watching the game. So if my limited ball knowledge is saying to you, they got our number, shake it up, why in the hell are you not shaking it the hell up? Some shit better be shaken up before the next season is all I'm saying. And when I mean shaken up, I mean people's asses packed, bags packed, and sent somewhere else. Because that was an absolute, and you know what? How foolish of us to think that we could just breeze through playoff football the way that we breeze through the regular season. Playoff football is a totally different, it's a different scenario, right? So how dare us think that we could just do that? And a part of me is guilty for that. I thought, you know what? We've been pulling it off. Our defense is solid. Our offense hasn't been that great, but we've been getting the job done. Shame on us for thinking that. That's all I'm going to say. So you know what? I know we're all hurting. I know all of us were pissed. I guess we were just caught up in our delusion thinking that, not having a solid offense along with a solid defense was going to win another Super Bowl. Lesson learned. But I hope they learn their lesson too. We know it. If us fans know it, I hope you up there with the decisions and the money know it too. Okay, hon? I sure as shit hope so. All right. Now, before we wrap up, I shouldn't say we're wrapping up because I'm about to take you along because, honey baby, your girl is 40. This Capricorn bitch has turned a page. I am in a new era. I am the big 40. That's right. You're looking at it. I know. I don't look a day over 33 and a half. I know. Listen, I know for some of us, I couldn't wait to turn 40. I've been saying this. I can't wait to turn 40. I can't wait to turn 40. Back when I used to do like inspirational speaking, believe it or not, your girl did that. Yes, I did. I'm big on confidence. I'm big about bringing who you are to what you do. If you used to listen to my podcast years ago, you will see that that's who what I used to do. And I would still do it. Listen, if you want me to if you want me to call me up, you want me to talk to some people about being confident, how I became confident, how I brought who I was to the table, and now here's what I'm doing in life. I sure as shit would do that. I love it. Lights me up. Okay. Back when I used to do that shit though, I used to think that people, and it came from the older community, I will say this, yes, sometimes you get side looks like, honey, what do you know about life? Well, baby, I know all there is to know about life because I'm 40 years old. I got some rings around my tree. Okay, I got some stretch marks. I got some bags under my eyes that I use preparation H for at times. That does work. Yes, it does. Okay, I'm done taking your bullshit. I have some lived wisdom that I can now share. It's like a rite of passage, right? Like you turn 40, no one can tell you shit because you've lived on this earth for 40 fucking years. Okay, and let me tell you something right now. Us millennials, and I will 10 toes down say this shit. Us millennials, I feel like have dealt with the most bullshit that any other generation has had to deal with that is alive today. Okay. Mm-hmm. We've been through a lot. I'm not going to name it all. Okay. I'll save that for another day. But we've been through a lot. Okay. So I got some rings around my tree. I'm 40 years old. I know some people probably get like, I don't know. I feel like some people get like depressed because they're turning 40. I couldn't wait. I'm like, I can't wait to be 40. I hear all this like the 40s are the best years of your life. It's your prime. It is. It really is. Like you're in your 20s, you're a fucking mess. If someone were to say your 20s are the best years of your life, please. Okay. We are in a puddle of alcohol, is what we are. We're a drunken I mean, I know I was. For the majority, those are our party years. To say that those are our prime, that's ridiculous. I mean, you don't have high aspirations for yourself, then, darling. I'll tell you that. Who am I saying, darling? Look at me with this southern drawl now. Like I'm saying things like I'm a southern belle. It must be what it's like to be when you're 40. You just pick up on, new phrases and things. So, darling, bless your heart. Being 40 is amazing. Everybody should want to be 40. It's the best years of your life. Now I'm starting to sound like Blanche from the Golden Girls. But anyway, your 40s, I think, are the best years of your life because you finally come into knowing who you are. And don't get me wrong, there are women that are still in, that season of life who you still need assistance with that. And that's fine. But for me, I feel as if, I've arrived. I've arrived. So in honor of arriving at 40 years old, here are some 40. Actually, I cut it down to 20 because I'm like, you know what? 40 will take a lot to get through. 40 is a lot. Say we'll cut it in half. So here's 20 things I'm no longer putting up with at 40 years old. Okay. Number one, Bring in my own bags to shop with. Now, I'm going to say this. The pandemic is over. I pay enough taxes. You need to start supplying bags again. This bullshit with the no bags, I don't know, like, how are we supposed to, especially this holiday season, you to go in, oh, do you want a bag? No, hon, I'm just going to walk around the mall with a stack of clothes and little trinket things that I bought for my daughter and go shopping. And a piece of cake. Like, yes, I need a bag. Why should I have to pay for it? I just spent an astronomical amount of money on all the bullshit in here. And now you're going to have the audacity to charge me for a bag. I'm telling you right now. I am telling you, I'm probably going to end up getting arrested. That's what's going to happen. This list I'm looking at now, I'm like, you're going to get in trouble, Amanda. But I don't give a shit because I'm 40. Okay. Number 2, QR codes for everything. Just hand me a goddamn menu. Hand me a menu. For on one end, for you to say, everybody should get off their phones and be in the moment, especially when you're at a dinner. Everybody's looking at you on your phone. Well, when I have to start out my dinner experience having to scan a QR code and then peruse to see what's on the menu, like you're setting me up for disaster. You're setting me up for failure is what you're doing. Okay. Just give me a menu. I need the menu. And make the font just a little bit bigger because I'm going to tell you, I have to start doing this where like you look far away so you can see what's on the menu, which really doesn't make sense if you think about it. I often wondered why people do that, but now I get it. Now I get it. For whatever reason, when you pull it far away, it becomes clearer. You bring it up closer to your face, it just becomes a blurry mess. I don't know what's going on with that, but make the font a little bit bigger so I don't have to sit there and keep, moving the menu back and forth. Thank you very much. Number 3, applications. Don't make me download an app just to for my ticket to the event. It's bad enough that I have to buy my ticket on my phone. Just email me the ticket. Just email me the goddamn ticket. I have 9,000 apps on my phone. I think I use maybe 12. Okay. I don't even know what half of them are, but can we just stop with the apps? And we don't need an app for every single thing. Okay. It's absolutely ridiculous. Number 4, loud phone calls in the public. I'm going to start. If you're loud on the phone in public and I'm somewhere where like you are just being absolutely ignorant, I'm going to be absolutely ignorant and go over and tell you to take your phone call somewhere else because it's too much for me. Can't do it. I'm 40. I'm allowed to do it. I'm 40. Okay. Number 5, group texts that never end. I'm in several group texts and I have to say, I hate it. I'm good with one, which are my ride or die girlfriends. Okay. And I know I can leave them bitches on mute and catch up at the end of the day and start, exclamation point and shit, laughing at shit, liking, loving shit, replying to individual shit that I feel I need to address. Every other one, ladies, whoever, don't put me in a group chat. I'm going to leave it. I'm leaving it. And it's not rude to do that. It's not rude to leave it because I'm 40. I don't have time. I'm 40. Okay. Being expected to be low maintenance. This could be a little bit of a controversial topic. It could be a topic amongst itself for another day. But I am the type where I think, we have to put effort into everything in life. Who we love, relationships, our jobs, our kids. If you don't nurture things, such as a plant, for example, okay? If you're low maintenance with your plant, what's going to happen? Your plant's going to die. So everything going forward, I'm not low maintenance about. If I'm putting effort into something and I'm not seeing that effort being reciprocated, they're no longer with us for 2026 because I'm 40. Okay. Number 7, clothes that look cute but are uncomfortable. I'm not for it. I have my basics that I love to wear. I have a set like, I'll wear jeans with this shirt. Like, call me a cartoon character, if you will. I enjoy comfort. When I'm out, I'm usually enjoying myself. I don't want to have to worry about, uncomfortable shit. So it's not for me. Sorry, I'm 40. People who walk slow and stop suddenly. Listen, this is not your world that we're all living in. Okay. Get to where you need to go. Get the hell out of my way. Where was I the other day? Oh, in the middle of, I was food shopping. It was like, I don't, I think it might have been the holiday season. The store looked like an apocalypse was about to hit. Okay. Every aisle was packed with people. There was this one woman scrolling. Not even, I'm like, maybe I'll give her a benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's looking at her list that's on her phone. Okay. Maybe. When I go shopping, I bring my list on a paper. Maybe she's on her phone, on her list, on her phone. Okay. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's on her list, on her phone. On her phone, she's on the list. She's perusing on the internet. She's perusing on the internet during apocalyptic activity in the food store. If I could have shoved that woman and knocked down like 5 aisles of the food with her, I would have. My neck turned. I looked at her as I was walking. If my head could have went around on a swivel and still looked at her while I was walking away, I would have. It's not like, hello, wake up. I'm just going to start saying, excuse me, this ain't your world. Let's go. Because I'm 40 and I can. Okay. Where are we at? I lost track. Answering the phone for unknown numbers. I now have on my phone, which I love. It's like a filter. Like if it doesn't recognize the number, it's like state who you are and we'll let you know if she's available. Oh, whoever created that at Apple, chef kiss to you, my friend. You have saved me so much aggravation, because if I don't know the number that's calling, I'm not answering it, because 9 times out of 10, it's someone I don't want to talk to or someone that I don't need to talk to. It's usually spam. You know what I mean? So that's not happening because I'm 40. Okay. And let me know if you agree with all these. I'm pretty sure I drummed up like a good list of, my listeners are going to wholeheartedly agree with all these. Either that or you're going to think I'm batshit crazy. Either one's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Because I'm 40. I don't care what you think. Oh, God. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Let's see. Checkout lines with one register open. What is happening? What is happening? I'm not a self-checkout girl, because to me, that's, you're taking food off the table. You're taking food out of someone's mouth. That's a job that somebody could have. We need to get rid of the self-checkouts. Plus, have you seen yourself in a self-checkout camera? You'll never want to go to one ever again. I promise you. We're getting rid of them. Okay. We should get together sometime with no follow-up. They're not joining us for 2026. That goes back to the low maintenance. We're not low maintenance in 2026. We provide nurture. We provide attention, or, those are the things that we provide. So those are the things we need. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm 40. Paying for shipping when I already pay for the item. Yes. Why is that happening? Being talked at instead of talked to. If we can't have a conversation, I don't want to talk to you. If you're going to talk at me, that lets me know that you're an idiot and you don't have the emotional and the emotional intelligence to carry on a conversation that may be a little heated. You might have a disagreement. If we cannot have discourse, don't talk to me. Okay. That's fine. Because I'm 40. Let's see. Waiting around for people who are chronically late. Listen, one thing about me, I can't, my anxiety can't handle being late. We're 40 years old. Get your shit together. Okay. We should know how life works. We should know, okay, I need to get up at this time so I need to go to bed at this time because I have this tomorrow. This is a responsibility. Okay. I need to take this shit serious. So I got to go to bed and get enough sleep so that my ass can get up at this time, because I know it takes me this long to get my shit together in the morning and get myself ready so that I'm presentable enough to be out in public. Let's get it together. Okay. We're 40. Get it together. All right. Let's see. Overly complicated coffee orders. Now, this is probably more so for my daughter. I'm not going to the store to get you a maca chaka grande latte, no, with 2 pumps of puree, but hold the berries, because I don't like the way the berries feel when it comes up the straw and goes into my mouth. with lemonade and extra ice, but not too much ice. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Not doing it anymore. Okay. Let's see. Tiny parking spots designed by someone who hates cars. I don't know who designs the parking garages downtown in Philadelphia, but you got to get with the times. Nobody has little tiny cars anymore. I had to crawl into, where did we go? Oh, I took my kids on a trolley tour during the holiday season. We saw all the lights. That was really fun. And when I got back to my car, I had to crawl in the passenger seat and climb over to get into my car. Thank God I was able to do that. So let's keep in mind, I know we're trying to pack it in to get as much money as we possibly can, but let's also put into consideration that people need to open their doors and get into their cars. Okay. Jeez, because I'm 40. I'm not going to be able to bend the way that I used to get jump over. And thank God I'm still in good shape. I'm limber for 40, but I don't know how much longer that's going to last. Okay. The collagen is just sucking out of me. If anybody has any ideas for some collagen, let me know. I'm looking into that. Okay. Being guilty in the things I don't want to do. If I don't want to do it, I don't have to explain to you why. I'm just going to say, no, I'm not doing it. I don't feel like it. It's not for me. Okay. Over apologizing for things that don't require an apology. We're not doing that either. We're 40. We know why we did the thing. Okay. We're standing 10 toes down on our discernment. I have the discernment of a 40-year-old woman who has been through some shit. I don't need to overly explain myself nor overly apologize. Okay. People who don't respect personal space. If I have said hello to you once already, hug, kiss, we don't need to do it multiple times. If I can smell, if I can see what you had for lunch in between every other tooth in your mouth, you're too close to me. Back up. Back up, save some room for the Holy Spirit, as they used to say at dances. Okay? Playing small to make other people feel comfortable. We're not doing that anymore. No, we're not. We're not surrounding ourselves with people that don't want to see us win, who are, low-key haters. We're not doing any of that. We're calling them out, and they're not joining us for 2026. Nope. And here's an extra one, because I always like a little extra candle on my cake when I'm making a wish for good luck. Acting grateful for bare minimum behavior. If you're not doing the most, we all want the most for ourselves. So let's reciprocate that energy. If you're not doing the most for me, I ain't doing the most for you. And I'm not going to be grateful for the bare minimum. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the shit that I'm not putting up with, because your girl is 40 years old. That is correct. That is right. And like I said, I am so grateful. I'll end it on a serious note for you. I'm so grateful that I am where I am right now. I feel like I am thriving in life. And coming from a gal who didn't know what was for her, who didn't know where she fit in the world, who sometimes didn't think I would live to be 40 maybe. I thought to myself, I must be living a short life or something, because the fact that I don't have this shit figured out by now, something must be about to happen to me. I am super grateful to be where I am in life. So if you are in a season, my friend, where you don't know what's for you, if you're in a season of, I'm still finding myself, work on yourself. Surround yourself with people that want to see you win. Put yourself first. Don't take the bare minimum. Don't surround yourself with people that you have to dim yourself down. Okay. We're not doing any of that in 2026 and thereafter. Okay. Step into your time. Like I always say, if it ain't a go on, make it a go on. I'll be back next week, friends. Till next time, love you, mean it.